Take a drive from downtown along Broad Street. You run into Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles here in South Philadelphia. It's Jake Elliott ready to get this one kicked off. And we're underway here in South Philly. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. First carry for one of the league's best workhorses, Derrick Henry.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. He'll try to power ahead with Ricard. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
What a start here defensively. The offense comes out trying to establish a little ground game, and this defense looks like they knew what those first 2 calls were going to be all along. Taking him back for a loss and sets up a 3rd and long.
He's going to air one out for Metcalf. That is brought in. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
They really showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those 2 things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with them and take that play away.
Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
2nd down, Jackson. He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews.
Just take what the defense is giving you. And you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch-and-catch throws underneath, pitch routes, quick game. Now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
On 3rd down, Jackson. He's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. That is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
It seemed to me, Mike, before that ball was even snapped, the quarterback had already made up his mind. I'm throwing the ball to the tight end no matter what the look is. And he's counting on the big body picking up the rest after the catch. And even though he's able to secure the ball, nice job by the defense keeping him short of the sticks.
Tucker's kick is good. And the Ravens will take a 3-0 lead.
A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
3 points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Burrow gonna open by putting it up. He keeps it himself.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the 1st down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback. Just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Working out of the gun, Burrow. Gonna get that complete to Jamar Chase. 12 yards on that hookup. 1st down, Philadelphia.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
The tackle made back in his own 49.
So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play.
Eagles nothing.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Burrow to throw. Into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down? Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
First down away to the 26-yard line. And here's third down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down?
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on fourth down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this fourth down.
And he's going to have the first down. Aggressive call there, but it works out as they convert on fourth down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need.
That's in the end zone and intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. Jackson now on 2nd down. To the left side, in the hands of Hill.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
3rd and short, Jackson. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
And he finds Tyreek. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. Again, it's Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll spread the formation here. Let's see what the call is on 3rd and inches. Now the Ravens use their first timeout as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. They don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Jackson up top again. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire. So the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
They'll run for it with Henry. And he's going to have a Ravens first down. Quite a call there. They go for it on 4th and inches, and it's a gain of 5. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their 2nd, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. The Ravens offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Jackson looking to throw. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
From the gun, Jackson. He's going to keep it himself. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
Mike, this is the element to the position that this guy brings that's just so unique across the league. Not only the speed, but his ability to operate in the open field as a runner. It is hard for a defense to plan for a guy like this.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. Out is Justin Tucker to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Ravens going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They're still in search for their first points in this one, but only trailing 6-0. And this drive will begin with a first down. Burrow. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he is going to score. A pick six for the touchdown. And the kick is good. So what a finish to this first half as they extend the lead. And no rest for the weary. Let's get right back to it. Quarter number 3 set to begin. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They find themselves down 13-0 here. As they try to get things started offensively, it's 1st and 10. Burrow working in the pistol. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Marlon Humphrey, the man there to break that one up.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
On third down, they'll go with Saquon. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
In these situations, Mike, you really just have two options. You can either try to force the issue and push the ball downfield, looking to get past the sticks, or the second option, which you saw here, try to catch the defense in pass mode, sneak a draw. In this case, they're ready for it. No gain, 4th down.
A fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. This is Henry. Whoa. Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a 1st down.
You know, Mike, this is why they teach these guys to never give up on a run. There was multiple times there that he could have taken what he got, go down with the tackle, and live to play another day. But he kept fighting, broke free, and then look at the play that resulted. Huge gain.
On 1st down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. And he'll get this down inside the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll go again here with Henry. He is met and dropped. Good defense. Loss of a couple on that play.
Where a defender makes his tackles tells you a lot about his abilities. And for an interior defensive lineman, Mike, to make plays on the outside of the formation just speaks to his speed, his effort, his ability to run down the line. And we saw it here, and he takes the back down for a loss.
So hard to get a shot on Jackson. Gave himself up there after picking up the 1st down. It's a gain of 10, and they'll get a fresh set of downs.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on 3rd down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the 1st down, and then to protect himself with the slide, well done.
Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I'm not sure if it's this big lead or if it's just this second half pressure getting to him, but that's just a careless throw by the quarterback. And don't let this lead fool you. Throws like that can change this game in an instant. And this defense knows they gave him one, and they let him off the hook.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. And this ball incomplete on third down.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
Out is Justin Tucker to try the field goal. Spotted at the 35, this a 45-yard attempt. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Ravens will extend their third-quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So Tucker is back out after making the field goal. He'll kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. Down a couple of scores now, 16-0, as they want to get going here. Drive starts 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. Now he'll run it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. On the handoff, this is Barkley. And he'll bring this up to the 48-yard line, and that's a 1st down. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now, Burrow. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a...
And he will score! Game on! Justin Jefferson! Touchdown, Eagles! Greg, very big touchdown there, makes it a 10-point game, and now a chance to tighten this down to a 1-possession game.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. You have to go for 2 here. You got to get this thing down to 8. But this offense now has given themselves at least a chance to make a run here down the stretch in the 4th quarter.
A dive, and he's in. The 2-point conversion is successful. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. Here he is, Tyreek Hill back to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So, here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. Back to throw, Jackson. That one into the hands of Hill. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Jackson. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Searching for his Pro Bowl tight end Mark Andrews that time. And third down coming up.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And the drive will stay alive. He's got the first down up to the 44.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
We're going to go right back to Henry. And this time they are ready for it. He'll be thrown for a loss. No big gain that carry. It's second down.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Here's the fullback, Ricard. So the Eagles will use their first time out here. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. They'll work straight ahead with Henry. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. On fourth down, the Ravens call on Jordan Stout to punt, as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Eagles offense getting set to get back to work. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. That's to the left side and taken in by Jefferson.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
What will they do on this play? Third down, needing 8. Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. He's got this one complete to Goddard. They get the conversion on third down. It was a gain of 27.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And that'll be a pickup of 3. Here's second down. To throw is Burrow. Firing right side, brought in by Brown.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining, and it's 1st and 10. He's got it at about the 8, and this will be a touchdown. They are within a 2-point conversion of coming back to tie this game.
What a finish there to get the touchdown, but of course the job's not done, and this is where the defense needs to regroup, Mike. It's one thing to give up the touchdown, but now you're still one stop away from being the hero.
Oh my goodness, they were in field goal range, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. Inside the 20. And he's going to make it all the way to the end zone. How about a pick 2? 2 points going the other way. A one-score game late. You figure they got to have this one as they'll try an onside kick.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick, not much of a chance.
Down to a knee here goes Jackson, and that should do it. For Ravens offense, getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL on this fine afternoon brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland and M&T Bank Stadium. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. In motion, Hill. Jackson, first play, going to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards. So much for picking it up on the ground on third down. Third play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 36 yards on the play.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? Oh, what the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Oregon. He's down inside the 10 to the 8. And it comes on a gain of 8. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling, and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Mayfield. And he'll just get rid of it.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Mayfield now. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, only their first drive, Charles, but they talked to us about needing to convert on third down, in particular not letting third and short opportunities slip through their fingers. Well, they were successful right there.
It also tells you that they're successful on 1st and 2nd.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Rashad White. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Buccaneers are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore.
So both sides of the football contributing here early. Their defense forces the punt, and then the offense takes it down the field and punches it in on the short touchdown run.
And, Brandon, that's good complementary football, and that's what they're going to need if they want to get out of here victorious.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop, but when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
A first down carry for Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Levante David in on the tackle. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession. Here's 2nd and 10. As they've got it as we resume action. Here's Jackson to throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Here's Jackson. Taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Throwing is Jackson. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Now Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good, well outside the left upright, and this will stay at a 7-point game. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Throwing, Mayfield. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Mike Evans, 44 yards.
And the Buccaneers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be second in a couple.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Now it's Jackson.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Jackson.
A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
11 yards there, just like last play.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
Again, Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
2nd and 10.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson.
That's caught. It's Flowers.
But he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're acting panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now it's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Jackson now. And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Bucs are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Following the interception, Mayfield. He's got a man, complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Mayfield to throw it.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
I like his awareness in the pocket there. Nowhere to go with the football. So instead of forcing it to the sideline, he's just going to put this one into the harbor and live to fight another down without getting wet.
Now a 2nd and 10.
To throw, Mayfield.
Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And again, it's Mayfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
The Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. 2nd and 6.
Jackson. And this will be incomplete.
Well, you can't skip halftime on Sundays, but you can right here. So it's over, and on to the third quarter we march.
The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
No big surprise, Micah Parsons doing what he does so well, dropping him for a loss.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield buying time to his left. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and he did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
He'll find Metcalf. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the 3rd quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
To throw is Jackson.
That completes it again to Metcalf.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Jackson from the shotgun. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jackson.
Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
And Jackson throwing once more. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. In motion, Hill. Here's Jackson to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Got a man. It's caught for a Ravens touchdown. DK Metcalf, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The time to get another look at this Buccaneer offense. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high-percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's a gain of 34.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Here's Mayfield. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
So what do you do if you've got a defense in cover 3 trying to keep everything in front of them? The answer seems obvious. Just work those routes in front of them. This is going to be a hitch route, but he's operating in plenty of space, and he makes the catch here for a 1st down.
Mayfield looks to throw. A quick pass here to Godwin. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Baker going to give it to Irving. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. They will run with White out of the shotgun. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it. And they'll indeed take a knee. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late fourth quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on third?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that. I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros.
Well, some field goals are bigger than others, and that one makes this a two-score game.
And with the way their defense has played all game long, that's kind of a love letter to them because that might very well be all the points they need.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away.
Here's Reek Woolen bringing it out of the end zone. And that final kickoff concludes the ball game, partner. And one side, a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is